Hi, Jessica. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend, and I hope you had a great week. My audio clip should play automatically, but if you're having any issues with them, just shoot me an email, and I'll be sure to send you separate audio clips that accompany each slide. So this is my presentation on the Common Core State Standards. The Common Core State Standards are a state-led initiative that was put in place to ensure that all students are prepared for college. They're a set of standards that build upon each other, and they kind of go like, they're a step-by-step process that students should follow. One major plus to them is that they ensure consistency when students move. So for example, if a student moved from a junior high in Laramie to a junior high in Casper, they should theoretically be learning the same things or be about at the same point in the school year, and the teacher should be able to know where they are as far as content knowledge goes. There's a lot of criticism surrounding the Common Core State Standards, and one of them is that they don't encourage any sort of critical thinking and they emphasize content too much. However, they're very, very heavy on the critical thinking aspect, and they emphasize both skill and content. When these standards are being drafted, teachers were heavily relied on in this process, as well as research of countries and other places that have very high academic standing. They also don't dictate how teachers need to teach. They merely establish what students need to learn. They're also not a curriculum, which is a very common misconception. They're a set of shared goals between the states, not a curriculum that they must follow. The Common Core State Standards have a lot of connections to Bloom's taxonomy. The above picture is the old taxonomy, and the below one is the new one. And for the purpose of this assignment, I'm going to be referencing the new taxonomy. In the new taxonomy, the nouns have all become verbs, and the top two levels have been switched around. So now it's more about students doing than so much what skill they should be able to complete. The Common Core State Standards include rigorous content and application of knowledge through higher order thinking. Bloom's taxonomy helps define in the Common Core State Standards what students need to be able to demonstrate via questioning stems to show they've achieved proficiency. The Smarter Balance and the PARC assessment are two assessment platforms that have since come about since the establishment of Common Core. The Smarter Balance assessment system is intended to provide educators, students, and parents all with meaningful results, as well as data that can be acted upon in order to ensure student success. And these assessments are aligned with the Common Core State Standards. The Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers, or the PARC assessment, is an assessment developed by a group of states working together that is intended to measure whether students are on track to be successful in college and their future careers. This assessment, too, is aligned with the Common Core State Standards. Both assessments are intended to inform parents and aid teachers in bettering their teaching, and they're also used to maximize student learning. To the right, you will see an example of an assessment question from a grade 5 Smarter Balance assessment. This particular question is of math content. So this question is simply asking for the students to divide Connor's total amount of money, $26, by $4.75, the cost per ticket, to determine how many tickets he can buy, what the maximum number is. And this question is merely applying math skills. It doesn't require very high order thinking, simply because they are just dividing 26 by $4.75. However, this particular assessment question does ask for the application of skills, not just knowledge, which is something that is a common criticism of both Common Core and the Smarter Balance assessment, is that they don't focus so much on skills and just content. This is a question that is focusing on skills. And application is at the third level of Bloom's new taxonomy. Here is another sample assessment question from a 6th grade math assessment. And this one is a little bit more complex merely due to the increase in grade level. But this is asking students to analyze a box and whisker plot, which is a statistical plot of data in order to determine what the median pumpkin weight is. This question is asking students to analyze the data to determine the answer, and analyzing is at level 4 of Bloom's taxonomy. So this again is a little bit more of an application of a skill, because in order to find what the median pumpkin weight is, students must be able to know how to do so. And it's not just so much the content knowledge, but applying that to a real world example. With the implementation of any sort of widespread initiative, there's going to be some implications that arise from that. However, those implications are not always negative. One implication that has come from the implementation of Common Core state standards has been the generation of new assessment materials, those being Smarter Balance and PARC. And with these new assessments, students are now taking tests that are aligning specifically with the standards that are being used to teach them in the classroom. This really has helped bridge the gap between state standardized testing and those Common Core state standards, because these are assessments that are structured to align with these standards. Also, the Common Core state standards don't completely alleviate the use of state standards. They just merely bring them to the next level. They add a level of added support that these state standards often need, because a lot of them are lacking in certain areas, and the Common Core state standards are very thorough in many domains. And these standards also aid teachers in becoming reflective practitioners and really ensuring student success. Teachers have ample support on the school, district, as well as state level in implementing these standards in their classroom, and also in ensuring that their students are all proficient in these standards. Another major plus to these standards is that they are evidence-based. All of these standards were researched very thoroughly, and they were modeled after countries that have very extensive and successful educational program. So with the implementation of these state standards, there is now a consistent means of measuring student growth across the board from states to state. So you've now seen my summary of the Common Core state standards, the Smarter Balance assessment, as well as the PARC assessment, and the connection to Bloom's taxonomy, as well as the conclusions I have come to and the implications I have seen from my research for this project. I would like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to my presentation, and I would like to wish you a wonderful weekend, and if you have any further questions, feel free to just contact me via email. Have a nice day.